Hello, hello, and we're live. So, the last few days I've been dealing with a lot of technical difficulties. Um, and I have a new computer. I am setting it up to use for the stream and for video editing. So hopefully we'll stop having all these encoding issues. So, hooray, new computer, yay. Um, but part of that is I'm having to rearrange my entire desk. Because the new computer, instead of being in the middle of the desk, it's going to be to the left of the desk. And, well, yeah, things have gotten a little messy in the last 5-ish months that I've been doing these videos. So we're going to clean some stuff up, going to prep some stuff for next thing. I've got a ton of recycling I need to clean up in here. So we're just going to hang out and chat and see where things go. Let's see. That's a receipt. I need to hang on to that. Also need to dust this desk. There's so much dust over here. So, all right. So we're gonna get the trusty trash can. Generated so much trash lately. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. Gotta love multi-factor authentication. So yeah. Let's see. Yep. I am in fact trying to log in on a new computer. Let's see. What do I want to sync in? No. Turn off a whole bunch of that. Let's see, I want to customize sync. Don't want to copy over apps. Do I want to copy over bookmarks? No. Extensions? No, we don't want to copy over search history. Settings, yes. Themes, yes. Reading list? No. Open tabs? No. Passwords? No. Yes. Addresses and more? Sure. Payment methods and addresses for Google Pay? Yes. Okay. Confirm. Right. Got our authenticator. Woo! So we got that set up. Yep. Oh, well, that's friggin' lovely. Okay. Accessibility. All right. I care about background apps. I do not want those on. Extensions. Don't need that here. Don't need that. Let's see, don't need that. Yeah, looks good. I hate Windows 11 so much. Can't put my taskbar over on the side where I like it. Okay. Let's see, now we need to set up Arena to download, Modo to download. Okay. The Arena. Oh, I need to set my themes and everything. God, I hate this. I hate setting up new computers so much. Why can't I just set the friggin' themes by default? Uh, Purple for my accent. Color, there we go. Looks much better. That is a little aggressive on the purple. Oh, that one? Yeah, that one's a little less aggressive. Okay. Background. I don't care. That hurts my eyes. That just looks meh. Hmm. I really don't like the changes that they did to start menu. Really don't like that I can't set my menus to display the way I want them to. It's very upsetting. So I've had the same layout for 25 years now, and I can't. So I hate that so much. I hate it so much. Let's see, Steam we need to set up. We need to set up MTGO. This is MTGO setup. I need to change my Explorer settings. So we need the nav pane, details pane, item checkboxes. Why do I have to click on this damn thing every single time? Extensions, items, pane, details pane. Options. Elevator pen click access. Always show icons. Always show menus. Display full path. Do not hide empty drives. Do not hide merge conflicts. Do not hide protected files. Show encrypted drives in color. Left pane, always show availability status. Show all folders, show libraries, expand to open folder. Yep. Basically, we want full information. Apply. All right. So we've got that. Good enough. No one in chat. All right. Let's see. This is the shorts we just recorded that I need to sort and put into the War of the Spark thing. Playmat tube for the mat that's on the desk. All right, this is Neon Dynasty stuff that I need to put up. That's Theros Beyond Death stuff. Let's see, Neon Dynasty. We're going to be opening some more Neon Dynasty really soon. That's a whole thing. So Neon Dynasty there. You know, I think I'm just going to make a whole long box just for all this dang stuff from the list. You get so much of it. Oh. What's all this? Oh man, are you serious? There's the Ajani I couldn't find. There's the last Boyle Soul of Windgrace I couldn't find. Oh, that is annoying. That is really annoying. Just found a whole bunch of stuff. There's all the Caleb and Krugs. Damn it. I picked up 2 GTAs. Okay, we're gonna do that. Stuff from Commander. It's just a whole bunch of commons and uncommons. That's super annoying. That's all Brothers Commander stuff. That's Brother Commander stuff. Brothers Commander stuff. It's DMU, and that's a whole bunch of promos. Oh. Okay. It's all right, Pete. Just calm down. Don't get frustrated. It's just little stuff that doesn't matter. All right. This is all. Oh, that's more Neon Dynasty stuff. Okay, put that with the Neon Dynasty stuff that I just pulled. This is Theros Beyond Death. That needs to go with Theros Beyond Death stuff. Need to open. That's a promo. That goes with the other promo stuff. It's a whole bunch of Brothers War stuff. Alright, Theros. That is in Magic Room. Right? Yep, it's not on the cart, so it's in the room. Let's see. Theros Beyond Death. Here we go. Oh, I need to get this room organized. Or rather, I should say better organized. Organized, just organized poorly. Let's see. Currently in the queue, what do we have? That needs to move. Actually, that needs to be cleared off so I can actually use it. What is all that? That is Commander Legends Baldur's Gate. I still feel burned by that set. Yep. I went deep on that set and that hurt. Let's see. It's Strixhaven. Still need to open all that. There's the original Commander Legends. Still need to open Zendikar Rising 2. Oh, there's the decks for Kamigawa. Dynasty. I have to go over those. Yep. 2 sets of the deck. That's good old Kappa Cannoneer in it. Move these into the office. Okay. Hey, for the boys, how's it going? I picked up a new I got a new computer a while back, specifically to use for the channel. And I'd been putting off setting it up, but I finally set it up. And I am installing updates and all the other stuff, so should be some big cool changes coming to the channel soon. Okay. And for some reason, it's set to the wrong time zone. Why? Oh, because I have location disabled. That makes sense. It thinks it's in LA. Let's see. We are in Eastern time zone. Good. I'm doing okay. I've been fighting off about a depression lately, but it's all good. Eastern time. Yay! That clock is now correct. But, you know, so is life. Brain chemical's gonna brain chemical. So let's see. Yeah. But one of the advantages of the new computer is because it actually has a discrete graphics card instead of an integrated graphics card. I will be able to do video editing, um, which has been a gigantic struggle since the beginning of the channel, not being able to edit videos. Because I would start to, I would try, and then most of the time the computer I was using would either crash or just not be able to handle what was going on. Like it would just grind to a halt, which makes sense. The computer I've been using is it's a development laptop. Like it's got dual processors, they're super fast, and it's got 128 gigs of RAM in a laptop, which is friggin' amazing. But it's got just an integrated graphics card because it's not meant for gaming or anything like that. It is meant for developing code on. Um, that and it's like 7 years old now, so it does its job it does what it's supposed to very well, but it has a stroke anytime it tries to do anything too graphically intensive. Like it can barely even run Arena on the lowest settings. But this new thing has a RTX something. I think it's an RTX 590. Dude, your luck. I mean, anytime you hit I haven't looked at the price of Imperial Seal lately, but but for what it was when it released, anytime you hit an Imperial Seal, that just pays for the whole box, from what I understand. Um, it's probably come down a lot since its price was largely due to scarcity. Um, like even the Judge Foil ones, which were like $2,000 before the release, I think they're down under $1,000 already. Um, I was looking at them recently. I haven't. I was thinking about picking them up because I like the original art, and for a long time it was the only way to actually get a black border one. Um, but I hadn't pulled the trigger on it yet. Oh yeah, the boxes are less than what they were at release last I looked. Um, which kind of feels crappy since I pre-ordered my stuff and they're now less than what I pre-ordered my stuff for, and I still haven't opened it, so it's not like, oh, well, I found more retro frame artifacts that I need to put up. Um, but yeah, they've come down since release from what they were at release. Wow, Imperial Seal's down to 160? Man, I'm glad I didn't pre-purchase any. There were people pre-selling them for like $500 when the set released. Yeah, box is 220. I think I paid 300 or 290. I think I paid 290 per box when I pre-ordered. So that kind of stings. It's not as bad as Baldur's Gate, where I pre-ordered them at retail and then they were down below distributor cost. Yeah, they did a foil etched version of Imperial Seal. That must look really nice. The thing I really like about the foil etched is that they don't curl, or at least they don't curl anywhere near as much as the other stuff. I'm a huge proponent of the foil etched of the etched foils. Um, they are much, much, much better than just the regular foils. Yeah, well, so to be fair, Baldur's Gate, we thought like by we thought I mean myself and most collectors were like, this is going to be a fantastic set. And first, like I have fond memories of playing Baldur's Gate when I was younger. I loved it. I would spend hundreds of hours on that game. Or I spent hundreds of hours on that game rather. And I guess I got caught up in the hype on it because I went deep on it. I think my pre-order was around 3 grand for that set. Um, because I think I got like 3 cases and then like a case of collector's boosters. Like I got a case of set boosters, a case of draft boosters, a case of collector's boosters, and I think I got a case of theme boosters for it too. Or I might have gotten 2 set booster cases at full retail on my pre-order. And then 2 weeks later, the set boxes you could pick up for like $60, and the base price on them was like 180. I was like, what in the fuck? Like I'm still pissed about it. And like literally a week later, I had to do the pre-order for Double Masters because of how closely they jammed everything together. And then 2 weeks after that, I had to do the pre-order for Infinity. Yeah. On the bright side, though, there's a lot of cards in it that um that really did good things for Pauper. Like the new gates that they put in it are fantastic in Pauper. And there was a bunch of stuff in there that really warped Legacy too. Like all the initiative stuff, that was in, if I remember correctly, that was in Baldur's Gate. Like White Plume Adventurer and all of that. Fairly certain that was in Baldur's Gate. Granted, that was good enough to get banned in Legacy. So it's not like the cards are bad, they're just worthless. So it's a little upset about it. Like I definitely felt burned by that set. Like really burned by that set. I'm still upset about it. But also like that's the issue with how many sets they've been dropping in the last couple of years. And it's been too much. I miss like back in the 90s where we got 4 sets a year. I mean like 4 product releases a year, and that was everything. Like it was manageable. You could keep up with stuff. This new, well, newish thing where they're releasing like I think they released like 38 products. It was 37 or 38 products last year. Like what in the hell are you guys doing? And if you count the secret layers, it's even more. If I remember with the secret layers, it was over 100 products last year. So it's been kind of rough. By the way, did you know that this uncommon is like $13? When I was doing the foreign grab bag pull yesterday, and I was looking them up. It's like Pitiless Plunderer or something like that. Um, I forget exactly what card. I think it was Pitiless Plunderer. Look, it's an uncommon. That's $13. It's like, what in the heck? I don't think it's been reprinted, and from what I can tell, it's played heavily in Commander. But $13 for an uncommon from the last 6 or 7 years. Yeah, yeah. Look, seriously. What, what is it? Here, I'm gonna pull it up on Scryfall. That was from Rick's. So Rivals of Ixalan. Sort by price US. Yeah, Pitiless Plunder. It is the 5th most expensive card in the set. And it is no, I want checklist. Pitiless Plunderer. Sorry, it's $12. It's $11.82 average off TCQ player. It is the 5th most expensive card in the set, and it is an uncommon. It is the only uncommon in the out of the 20 most expensive cards, it is the only uncommon from Rivals of Ixalan. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next most expensive uncommon is the 25th most expensive card in the set, and that's Curious Obsession at $2.25. Yeah, I mean, I can see why I can see why it's played. I just don't understand why it's $12. It's an uncommon. I've probably got 40 of them. Like it's almost as much as Twilight Prophet, which is a mythic that's on the list. And it's more expensive than Tendershoot Dryad, which is also used in that, and Wayward Swordtooth. Like it's more expensive than all but 4 of the mythics in the set. The only cards that are more expensive than it are 4 mythics, and that's the Immortal Sun, Polyraptor, Zakama, and Twilight Prophet. It is more expensive than every rare in the set. Like that is dumb. It is dumb that it is that much. I mean, it's more than Nezahal. And granted, Nezahal's less than $3, but it was one of the best cards in the set. Yeah, I'm not even sure why Wayward Swordtooth is so expensive. Because it had 2 printings. It had a promo printing and the regular printing. And then Twilight Prophet and Zakama are both on the list. I think the Immortal Sun is too. I know Twilight Prophet and Zakama are because I've pulled them from the list multiple times. The Immortal Sun it had 2 promo releases. Okay, I could see that one being being expensive. It's not on the list. And it only had printings from that set. But Zakama, I mean, it's got a judge promo. It's on the list. It had two different rivals promos, and it had the base printing. So it's had 5 printings. I'll be honest, I I love that the list exists. I hate the way they've done it. Um, I think they put some of the dumbest things on the list that don't make any sense. Like they have the purpose of the list, from what I understand, is to make scarce cards that aren't on the reserved list available to players that want them. So that commander players can get access to them. You know, modern, legacy, and vintage players can. I mean, vintage players don't care about prices. Let's be honest. Um, we honestly don't care. We're gonna bling out our stuff, and it doesn't matter. I have personally watched people spend on a single deck enough to buy 2 houses, and it's dumb. So that's a whole thing. But I mean, like making things available for other formats, it's great. But then they put draft chaff in there that nobody wants. Like, why? Why do that? And then they make it so that the list is completely opaque unless you do a lot of digging. So what's the point of that? And the other thing that I find really dumb with the list is that they put the original set symbol on there. So I have seen more than one time now someone get burned in either a trade or smaller shops buying stuff and they don't know what they're looking at. So they way overpay for something from the list thinking it's from the original set. I've even seen card graders, like graded cards that are slabbed and they are list cards and they are graded as though they were the original card and they're um, put in the little plaque at the top, the information plaque at the top. They put the wrong set because it's from the list instead of the original set. I've seen about 24 graded list cards that were miscategorized as the original set. And it wasn't just like one company that did it either. Like I saw PSA do it, I saw BSG do it, and I saw 2 other ones. The comic one, the one that normally does comics. I think what is it? CBG, and then um, AGS. I saw AGS had one that happened to recently. So it's like the people grading most of the people grading the cards don't know what the hell they're looking at, and that's a huge problem. And then most of the players don't think to look for the very obvious planeswalker symbol in the bottom left corner. So it's dumb. It's really dumb. I don't understand why they did it that way. They could have just made the set symbol, the planeswalker symbol like they did in the bottom corner, and the templating would have worked out well, and people wouldn't be making the mistakes that they are. But the thing I find especially egregious though is putting draft chaff on the list when the whole purpose of the list was to make cards that people actually wanted more available. Um, it's dumb. So, all right, I'm done with my soapbox. So, Now, something I love that they've been doing is I love the 96, 97 frame reprints of things. Like this is a fantastic Tassiger. It's my favorite Tassiger. Let's see, this is a whole bunch of stuff for Pioneer. I think, yeah. There's my grinning Ignises. Oh, that I can actually pull. That's standard. That's standard. That's standard. That's standard. Those are in standard. That's standard. That's standard. Standard. And that's standard. So I love that I picked these up back at game day during Hour of Devastation. I have used these so many times. The extended border of braids. I'm actually really happy that they keep reprinting a braid because I get to keep using them. But I played in 4 game days that season for Hour of Devastation. Because my local store had them one weekend, and then there was a store in the town over, really the city over, so in Greensboro, because the store that I normally frequent is in High Point. Like technically it's in Archdale. But they had 2 game days. I won both of them in High Point, and then the next weekend they had them in Greensboro, and I won both of them in Greensboro. So I ended up with 4 of the playmat. I ended up with 4 of the first place promo. I ended up with 8 of the top 8 promo because I got an extra one for taking first in each of them. And I ended up with 16 of the abrades because I traded for extra abrades. So I've got 4 playsets of this abrade. And I've got 4 of the playmat. That was during my game day reign of terror locally. Oh. I was especially toxic during that period as a control player. So that, and there were a couple of guys that decided to pick on me, like they would say that I was dirtily. So and that specific group of guys really liked the game day promo mats and really wanted to get them. So I decided I was going to win all of them locally just so that they couldn't have them. Because they were being such dicks. And I did that for multiple game days. It's like it was almost every game day between Origins and Hour of Devastation. Hour of Devastation was the last one that they did playmats for. So, kind of toxic behavior, but at the same time, I had good reason. Because they were being dicks. Yeah, I mean, it's also just a really nice abrade. So. And that's another thing too. Like I really like extended art stuff. I like the full art and extended art and textless cards, especially if they're non-foil, because they're a really cool it's a really cool way of doing a promo without making it foil, so it's basically always going to be playable because so they don't curl, um, and I like that. So it's a whole thing. Put those up. At some point, I'm gonna open these unstable prize packs that I have, but every time I've put up a poll to say, hey, what should I do for the next set of shorts? Unstable always gets the lowest votes. I think I've done 2 polls now, and like one person votes for unstable. And then these are new Rexia All Is One packs that I need to record shorts for. My desk has just gotten inundated with stuff that I need to sort. So, yeah. Have you seen? What do you think of the Magicon Philly playmat? I really like. I think it looks really pretty. I don't know if I'm gonna actually play with it though, because I feel like it would get dirty really fast. So, like I'm worried about actually playing with it because I don't want it to get nasty. And I had someone, I think it was at F&M, say that they're like people are trying to sell them for like $300. Did you go to MagicCon Philly, or were you thinking of ordering the festival in a box? Because I got 3 of the festival in a box. Um, and I'm trying to pick up a 4th copy of Look at the Kitties, um, so I can have a playset of them. Let's see. I got one of my favorite treasure tokens in Korean when I was doing the most recent foreign grab bag. So that's going to be my new treasure token moving forward. Yeah, I ended up getting 3 of the festival in a box, just because it was a fantastic deal. Like just the what's it called? Uh, the mystery booster box. Just the mystery booster box was more than the cost of the festival in a box. Because the festival in a box was like 270, and at the time the mystery booster boxes were like 300. So I think they've come down a bit, but I'm not sure. But let's see. I need to dust this desk. It's just covered in dust. All right, so we've got that stack of stuff cleaned up. These need to come off the desk for a little while. Let's see, that's where the spark stuff that needs to go up in the magic room. It's a whole bunch of Modern Horizons 1 stuff. Okay. Yeah, like I don't understand why they keep restricting them um to 3 copies per person with the festival in a box. Like 4 per person makes sense because then, like, if you want a playset, you can get a playset, and scalpers are less able to get a hold of them. But 3, it basically forces you to have to deal with scalpers. Um, if you're just buying them to have it, which I don't like that. I think that's I think that's a bad I think that's bad for business long term, because then you're incentivizing more you're incentivizing scalpers to pick up what they can and forcing people that want a playset of the stuff to deal with them. But I guess given that they put various things. Ooh, cool. What are you getting? What kind of stuff did you get? I don't know if you've seen them on the channel or not, but I do mystery mail call whenever I get in a package. Well, that's not entirely true. Most of the time when I get in a package, I'll do the mystery mail call where I open it up and record it. Like I did one for this thing, the titanium box cutter pocket knife, which I have to say the more I've used it, the happier I've gotten. I've become with it because when I first opened it, I was very disappointed. So, did you order like through TCG Player or something else? Because like I like TCG Player, but I get a little irritated whenever I buy their stuff. Nice. I've got a foil mana crypt that I pulled back in Iconic Masters. And I've still got my set foil Sensei Divining Tops um, from Kamigawa. I love Sensei's Divining Top as a card. I'm annoyed that it's banned in almost every format because of, and not even because necessarily it's broken, but because of how much time it takes in matches. So, granted, I also remember how miserable it was to have 2 people playing top during a competitive match when you were restricted to 50 minutes. Yeah, I've got some foil Cyclonic Rifts too. Uh, I have a set of foil Grim Monoliths. Everyone, every time I bring them out, people get mad. I mean, it should be legal in Modern. I would play Sensei's Divining Top in every single deck if it was. I love Sensei's Divining Top. It's one of my favorite cards of all time. And I played with it in Standard, and I loved it. And the only people that take a long time with Sensei's Divining Top are the people that couldn't be playing that card anyway. But I mean, it's also very good. It's almost a free brainstorm. Like it's half of a it's half of a brainstorm every turn. Or I guess it's almost a free ponder every turn. You have everything I have, but not in foil. I not to be mean, but I doubt that's true. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I have 8 of those. I have 2 playsets of foil Judge Promo Gaius Cradles and a playset of regular Gaius Cradles. I probably have more floating around. So it's a whole thing. It's all right. To be honest, they're entirely unnecessary. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like I've got several sets of power. Like I've got more than one Summer Magic Blue Hurricane, if that tells you anything. Like if you ever want to feel really bad about how much a Magic card costs, um, the blue misprinted Summer of Magic blue misprinted Hurricanes. I have 3 of them. I've had 3 of them since 1996, 1995, 1996, somewhere around there. I have been trying to get a 4th one ever since then. Well, I mean that's the only one legal in Commander, right? I mean, if all you do is play Commander, then and you don't play Vintage, then there's no point in having anything else more. What's the Hurricane going for? Last time I looked was over a decade ago, and it was like $180,000. I have no idea what they're going for now. I haven't seen one come up on auction in a very long time. When you say you have a full set of duels, do you have a full play set of duels, or do you have a full singleton set of duels? What makes you think I'm not? I mean, between my properties, my investments, my businesses, and liquid assets, I am, but only on paper. I don't keep that much liquid at any given time. Yeah, between my properties, my investments, like my retirement investments, and my my business stakes, I already am. Yeah, not bad for a kid that grew up dirt poor, right? But I've also got like weird hang-ups about money too, so it's not all sunshine and roses. you know, yeah, one of each. I mean, duels are a good long-term investment anyway. If you are going to do that, I wouldn't speculate on them. I don't. I disagree with people speculating on Magic in general. I think it's unhealthy for the game. But if it's something that you want long term, like the best time to buy them is now. Yeah, I mean that's where I was well, not that long ago. Um, so last year I personally made a little bit over $300,000 from my day job, and my investments made about twice that. So, uh, but 10 years ago let's see, 10 years ago I was making about 80K a year. It's just about moving, like doing what makes you happy. Like if that's moving around jobs to get promotions, you can go from you can reasonably go from 80K to 150K in within 5 years. You can double your income in 5 years, um, if you choose to. Like that's a lot of that's putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort, um, job hopping, you know, and constantly updating your skills, like to the point where you won't have time for Magic. Um, so, which is where I was at for several years. I was still picking up Magic stuff. That's part of why I have such a big backlog. I was focusing on my career instead of focusing on Magic. Yeah, I work in data security too. I'm 34. I'll be 35 in July. Yeah, computer security is it's a great place to be right now, and will be for quite some time. So the important thing is that you save and invest, especially since you're really, I mean, you're 10 years younger than me, so that's you've got the most important thing when it comes to investing, which is time. If you're not already maxing out an IRA every year, you should be. And if you're not, at least like if the company you work for has a 401k, if you're not at least getting up to the match, uh, I mean, it's stressful, but it's only stressful if you make it stressful, if that makes any sense. Like, the biggest thing with stressful stuff is you have the choice every time you're in a situation how you respond to that situation. So, um, like genuinely stressful situations are rare. Um, Situations that we make stressful because of our own issues are far more common. So, not to get super philosophical or anything. Yeah, maxing out your 401k should be priority number one. Um, and rolling that into a backdoor IRA can be pretty good. Yep. Do you have a brokerage account on top of it? Like, my first priority every year is max out my IRA. Then I max out the IRA for my spouse, and then go from there. And then I have a certain amount that goes into a brokerage account every month, so I can put that money to work too. Yeah, it's not going to be tax deferred, but whatever. I don't plan on selling unless I have to. So that way my money is making me money. And then after that, like, I invest in a whole bunch of other stuff. So like I invest in a whole bunch of local businesses as well. Um, when I can. And I'm always looking for ways to make my money work for me. So it's a whole thing. Do you own property yet? Like, do you own the property that you live in? Damn, it's been hitting me hard though. I don't. What's been hitting you hard? I mean, investing in yourself is also important. So like investing in your skills and keeping them current, investing in certifications. Like something that I regret not doing earlier was the CISSP. I'm currently in the process of finishing up that cert, and it'll probably, based on the market, it'll probably result in a bump of 50 to 60K a year on average. Your investments have been hitting you hard. Um, are you doing short-term investments or are you doing long-term investments? Because I'm not a big fan of short-term investments. Like I'm really big on CD looping, which is like a minimum thing you should be doing, or treasury bond looping. Is he so he's a day your brother's a day trader kind of thing? It's like day trading. I think to me day trading is gambling, and I try to avoid doing that. Um, so like I'm a big fan of long-term investing, especially if you can do long-term dividend investing. Um, yeah, so the mindset of day trading is completely different from long-term investing. Uh, so I really prefer long-term investing. I want something that will grow at 5 to 8%. You lost you 4K. Jesus. I mean that's a chunk of change, man. Is that what he does for his job? I mean that has he shown that he can execute day trades proficiently previously? Like, is that what he does for his job? Because I mean, that's a lot of. I mean, it's not a ton of money, but that's a good chunk of change to just lose. I mean, I understand some days you're up, sometimes you're down, but well, hopefully he can get that back for you. Jeez, 4K and one like I'm doing okay, and that would make me upset. And like I understand that the market giveth and the market taketh away, but like I'd still be pretty pissed about that. Did he just like make a bad trade or something? Or he's made you money in the past? No, it all comes out in the wash. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty I can only think of a few kinds of positions to lose that in a single day, and all the positions I can think of that would happen in are just very risky. And I'm very risk adverse with most of my trades, so I'm probably not really good at gauging what kind of trade that was, but or what kinds of trades those were, but that's I would feel bad about that if I were him. But just remember the golden rule of investing. Never invest money that you can't afford to lose. Um, oh well, then you're still in the black then. Don't worry about it then. That's still kind of a gut punch though. I mean, you're like when you think about it, you're still up 6K from where you started, so can't be too upset, I guess. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you can't really think of it like that. Um, like you're still up 6K, so like it it's not like he lost 4K that you needed for your mortgage or something. Like that would be a whole different issue. So the mindset that I have to keep with at least with my brokerage account, the one that I do more active trading, but again, like I don't do a lot of active trading. It's mostly long-term stuff. In fact, it's almost all long-term stuff. But anytime I have a day trading account, I have to pretend it's monopoly money. It's like this isn't even real money. Otherwise, I get upset. So Just gotta think easy come, easy go. Which is also the same mindset that I do when I play poker. Yeah. Oh yeah, then just think of it as Monopoly money. Don't even worry about it. I do the same thing when I gamble, like when I play poker or blackjack, stuff like that. It's not real money. Like the money that I take with me, I go there, when I do gamble, which is very rare these days. I go with the express understanding that I'm probably not leaving with any of what I came with. And sometimes I get surprised. Like, yeah, I don't recommend it. It's very addictive. It's very easy to get yourself into bad positions with gambling. Even if you don't have issues with addiction, it can become it is an issue for a lot of people. But I consider the stock market gambling, in my own personal view. To me, it's no different than playing poker or blackjack. So there's risk involved in both. Neither are a sure thing. Yeah. So there's a funny thing about the history of Magic. So there used to be a system in Magic called Ante. Yeah, yeah. If you have an addictive personality, don't even try. Um, but there used to be an aspect of gambling built into Magic. Um, back when I was really young, that was how I built up my collection quite a bit. And that was the Ante system, where you had to randomly put one of your cards, basically generally from your deck, up as a prize at the beginning of the game. That's actually what made certain cards like Jeweled Lotus so not Jeweled Lotus, Jeweled Bird so valuable early in the game, was that you could manipulate the ante stack. It's kind of like the ante in a game of poker. It's like the pot in a game of poker, except that it was a single card and you put it face down from your deck as a prize for whoever won the game. And if you won, you got to keep that card. Like, it was yours. The first ever Lotus I got was because of Ante. So, and Lotus wasn't super valuable at the time. It was like maybe $40 or $50 card. Like Shivan Dragon was worth more at the time. So it was a whole thing. Yeah, that's actually part of why it's no longer in the game. It's a feature of the game that's no longer around. Also because there were lawsuits about it, and Magic almost got shut down um, for being a form of gambling. So that's also why you can't use coins or poker chips as counters at official tournaments. And that is a carryover from back then. So it was they were almost shut down for as a game because of the aspects of gambling. So that was a whole thing. The 90s were a weird time. That's all I'm gonna say. The 90s were a strange time, especially compared to now. Things were very different back then. Um, so there was the whole satanic panic thing. See, I wouldn't even be upset if I flipped a Gaia's Cradle. There's only a few cards I would be upset about, and they're more sentimental than actual value. So I was playing Pioneer on Friday, and I just completely tilted a couple of my opponents because I mean I was playing a combo deck, and I didn't care if I won or lost. I was just having fun. And one of the games I lost, or one of the matches I lost. How? What? I'm confused about what the how would be. How would I not be upset about flipping a guy's cradle? Because I'd probably win. That was the thing when I was younger. I didn't care what I flipped. Because I was absolutely sure I was gonna win every time I played. I was certain of it. Just unshakable confidence. I had the confidence and hubris of a child because I was one. So, I mean, I lost a lot. I also won a lot, so it's not. I mean, at this point, I'm like, whatever. It's a game. They're cards. I mean, ante hasn't been a thing in over 25 years, so it's not like it's something I have to worry about. But also, just like it's not losing isn't the end of the world. I lost. Oh well. I guess I need to get better. But yeah, I was playing Pioneer on Friday, and I really tilted one of my opponents. Um, it was one of the matches I lost because he had counter mana up. I went for my combo. I knew he had a counter spell. I had a counter spell in hand. I could have waited to the next turn. I just didn't care. Uh, it's like, I'm gonna do my thing. If you can stop me doing my thing, that's fine. If not, I'm gonna win. So it's like, and I showed him the counter spell after. It's like, well, why didn't you wait a turn and just go off then? It's like, because I don't care. Like I'm having fun. Uh, like we're at F and M. Why stress out about it? Like there are no real stakes here to worry about. And it's like, what are you talking about? There's prizes on the line. It's like, okay. It's like 3 packs, man. Are you really gonna stress out that much over 3 packs? It's like, well, you could pull something good. Like, okay. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to enjoy myself. This is my Friday entertainment. If I wanted to stress out about it, I would, you know, I'd be over at a Grand Prix or something, trying to qualify for a Grand Prix or something along those lines, or doing something completely different. It's like, and he was like, well, you should always play like everything's on the line. It's like, no, dude, I'm not here to fuck spiders. I'm not fucking around. I'm having a good time. Like, I don't have to take everything. It's not life or death. Like, you don't have to take everything so seriously. Like, I'm here you know, to do my thing, and if you have a way of stopping me from doing my thing, that's fine. Like, it and it ultimately it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, am I having fun? Yes. Okay, that's all that matters. If I'm not having fun, I will fuck off and go home. Like, it's just what it is. Like, if we were at a Grand Prix or something or like at the Pro Tour where there was some kind of actual prize on the line, maybe it would matter, but it doesn't. And even then, like, I would just be having fun being there. Because that's what Magic is to me. It is fun. It is something I enjoy. It is a challenge for myself. Uh, it doesn't really matter to me if it's easy or hard for my opponent. I am there to enjoy myself. There is a finite amount of fun at any given table, and I want to have all of it. So, but yeah. Hey, desk is clear. Got some. God, I got a vacuum. There's all kinds of like little bits of paper and stuff on the floor now. I need to clean up this office. But yeah. Well, it has been fun chatting. My voice is starting to get a little scratchy, and I've got to vacuum up all this dust anyway. So I think I'm going to call it a day at an hour and a half of streaming. And it has been a blast hanging out with you for the boys. We'll have to do this again. All right. Until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.